All right, so here we are. This is episode 206 of what is now the Danny Burnham Show as of episode 201. And I've got a confession to make. I have been beating my wife. Roughed her up. And it's really one-sided because, of course, you know, when it comes to something physical, she's just not capable of fighting back against a man. You know, we have talked in the last couple episodes, it came up that, you know, men were playing women's sports and there was a reason that was unfair. And it's because men are stronger than women. And it is also true that my wife is a lowly white belt and does not stand a chance against a two-stripe blue belt like myself. I don't beat my wife, guys. Jessica has started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with me. Some of y'all already called the police and reported me. Please don't, or get in line behind the 19th Amendment people that we made mad a couple weeks ago. But we have found this thing that we enjoy doing together, and I've talk about it. If you're around me, I'm one of those people. If you're vegan, a CrossFitter, or you do jiu-jitsu, like, you don't have to ask because we'll eventually just tell you about it. But I've been at it for, let's see, it's August of 26. October will be 6 years. I've been a blue belt for 4 years, which tells you, you know, what my frequency of training has been over the years. But I'm old now, I battle injuries and, you know, things of that nature. But my wife has been there, you know, for the journey. She's been around too. She knows all the people and has been all the places with us. She's just always been, you know, in the periphery as far as the sport itself goes, the art itself, I should say. I'm not a sport jiu-jitsu guy. I'm a martial artist. But she has said before, and she had tried it once or twice, but she's said for a while now, hey, I need to try jiu-jitsu. And yeah, you should try it. It's cool. It's a lot of fun. It's a great outlet. It's fantastic. Guys, I highly recommend choking your wife. Like, it's the best thing you could do for your marriage, I think. She gets to choke you too. It's not just like a one-sided thing. But man, this one's gonna go, right? They're gonna send DFAX. I'm getting fired from my job. It's gonna be fantastic. But it's I recommend it. It's great. It has not been good for my jiu-jitsu because I've kind of had to go back to, like, I drill with her. She's not comfortable, and she's a woman, and it's a different thing when a woman walks into the room in a martial arts school. A lot of times you're the only one there, and you don't feel like, you know, you're not comfortable training and drilling with people that are not your husband. I'm like, whatever, that's fine. But so I've kind of had to go back to the beginning of jiu-jitsu again and remember what I had forgotten, you know, in terms of what it was like to show up for the first time, and then even things that I can't possibly relate to, like being the only woman in the room and like a bunch of dudes in there that everybody's got color on their belt. Like, why does everybody have color on their belt? And I got this white one. Like, well, that's because you don't know anything. But that's where she's at, and that's where we are. And for us, it has just been an extension of our marriage and our relationship, and it's one more thing that we get to do together. So I work from home, you know, so I'm there during the day while she's there homeschooling the kids, and they go and do stuff. You know, homeschool these days is not about sitting on the couch. It's, you know, the world is our classroom. But I'm around for all sorts of stuff. They can just walk into my office and, you know, see what I'm up to, and sometimes I'll take a break and wander in and see what they got going on. So we're around a lot, do a lot of things together, and this is another thing. It's been great. I've done episodes before about how cool it was to be a part of that community. I've had some of my jiu-jitsu friends on the show. We've talked about, you know, what that meant to us. And there's something about the struggle, I guess, that brings you together. And it used to be weird to me when I'm watching a boxing match or MMA, UFC, and these two guys beat each other's brains out, and then the whistle blows, the horn blows at the end, and they hug each other. I'm like, you punched me in the face a minute ago. I don't want to hug you now. But once you get into martial arts and things yourself, you understand that, and it's not a thing that you can really explain unless you've been there and done it. It's odd. You still feel like, well, I would be mad at this person. They're trying to twist my arm off a minute ago, and now they want to hug me, but just because that whistle blew, well, like, no, we're still beefing or whatever. It's not how it is. It's a major, major bonding experience. And I don't know, there's probably some science there. There's some dopamine or some type of other hormone that spikes and you all love each other after you've all spent the last hour and a half trying to strangle each other. But there's that benefit, right? And it's hard to make friends as an adult. Like, it's tough to make friends as an adult. You can find them at church. You don't always want to hang out with people you work with. So, like, your outlets, there are, I guess, social clubs and things you can join or do for adults. It's tough. It's hard. You don't have a ton of options like you do as a kid, where you're in school or you're playing sports and you're doing all this stuff. So, I say go to church first to find friends, but outside of that, jiu-jitsu, martial arts, I won't just limit it to jiu-jitsu, even though it's the best. But it's a great place to go find friends and have this bonding experience. And how much cooler is that when you get to do that with your wife and you bring her in, and now you're not only together in your marriage and your relationship, but you're doing this other thing together too. Maybe jiu-jitsu is not for you. People ask me, what's it like? What's it like to do jiu-jitsu? And I say, well, one time my ear suctioned onto my coach's face and filled up with his sweat. And you get that sound, when you get water in your ear in the shower and you shake your head, and that's what it sounded like. That's not for everybody. And I get that. Maybe your thing is you ride a motorcycle together, or you play golf together, or you do, whatever it is, you woodworking, I don't know, quilting, whatever you're into. But to find something that is something you guys both enjoy that you can both do together, we don't do that enough as couples, right? We come together and we argue about money and the bills, and that's what we share, as even as married couples most times. But you need something else, and first and foremost is our relationship with God and in church and our religion. And it is a religion. Please don't say it's a relationship, not a religion. It's a religion. Christianity is a religion. But there's a relationship factor there too. And it absolutely strengthens your bond with your spouse. But what makes it better than that? When you get in there and you strangle each other. Or you do something hard together. The same way that you're building all these other relationships with these dudes that are in there, for different reasons. And there's people we train with, our daughter trains, she's 18. There's another guy we train with that's 19, and he's like trying to find his way in life. And then there's nurses, doctors. I haven't trained with a doctor in a while now. I have before, but not right now. Lawyers. I've trained with lawyers. There's a chiropractor that I get to train with every now and then. Like, these guys are it's just all sorts of people, firemen and teachers and people who just do jiu-jitsu for a living. It's everywhere. But you bring yourself into this room with people from all walks of life, and the only thing I've ever been able to compare it to is church. Please don't worship jiu-jitsu. It's pretty cool, but Helio Gracie died and did not come back. Like, it's just how it goes. Elio, I guess I should say. What a poor jiu-jitsu example. But it's a big deal. It's a fun thing. We've been doing that. She's been training now for 5 or 6 weeks, I guess. Yeah, I think that's right. And so it's been fun. It's a cool thing that we get to do together. And highly recommend, highly recommend strangling your wife. It's going to be frustrating because she's not super athletic, in terms of the 19-year-old guy that I mentioned. Like, he's way more athletic than her, but he's also not a mother of 4, of a certain age. She's getting into the game a little bit late, but she's still not as old as I was when I started, so she's still ahead of me in terms of, the beginning of your jiu-jitsu journey. But that's the cool part, is that everybody understands that everybody else's journey is different. So, like, why are you here? Like, well, my gym is Emperor City Grappling Club is sending a bunch of guys out to Las Vegas in a week-ish, week and a half, and they're going to compete in the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation World Championship. World Championship. People from all over the actual world are going to compete in this thing. Well, like, God bless them. That ain't why I'm there. I'm there so I can get some exercise, work on being able to defend myself, and develop some cool relationships. So nobody that's in that group that's going to the World Championship is like, you're a bum because you're just here for, for class on Tuesday nights or whatever. Like, and I'm not even mad at them for going to compete in the World Championship. Like, God bless them. I'm supporting them and drilling with them and training with them and hoping, that I can contribute toward getting them ready to go out there and do that. But everybody's got their own thing. So when you come in your 40s or as a woman or, whatever your station in life is, nobody's like, well, you probably shouldn't do this. Trained with a guy once who would roll up to the edge of the mat in his wheelchair and scoot out and just do what he could, and he was awesome. He's a great dude. But it's, it's taken her a while to build up the courage to really commit to doing it. And again, it hasn't been long, but she was the only person in our house not doing it. So now, as this periphery place that I kind of put her in earlier, she knew some things. When things would happen, she'd go, "Oh, that's a Kimura, right?" Or whatever. Well, now she's like, "Hey, I saw this video about De La Riva, right?" I'm like, okay, let's talk about De La Riva. And it's something now that we all have to talk about. So myself, my oldest daughter, my two younger boys are training, and they're little bitty dudes. So like, they're not doing De La Riva yet, but it's a thing. She sends me memes and reels and stuff now, and jiu-jitsu over 40 and blah blah blah. Okay, but it's a bonding thing for us. It's been really cool, and I would encourage any of you married folk out there to give it a shot. Never mind what I said about the coaches sweating your ear. Like, you got to get past that.
So I was gonna ask, how do you feel this has like changed the relationship for you? Because like you said, it's been a bonding thing, but like, has it made it stronger? Like, what are you getting out of it relationship wise?
No, it's so here's the easiest way to explain it. When you're drilling with somebody, Tuesday night, we had a guest instructor, a guy named Randy Roden, who is a Division I college wrestler, right? So Randy comes in, and Randy's always after us, right? Because every jiu-jitsu match, I promise I'm going to answer the question. I'm getting there. Every jiu-jitsu match starts standing up. Nobody in jiu-jitsu knows how to wrestle, right? It's just not a common thing. So you have to get from standing to the mat where you can start doing jiu-jitsu. And Randy's always like, you guys just go out there with no plan, like to get the mat to the... So Randy is teaching us throws. We're learning takedowns and throws, right? And I hate it.
As somebody who felt that in high school,
right?
Because of you, I remember this.
You remember Randy when he looked like he was carved out of stone when he took his warm-up jacket off.
Yeah.
But
every part of me.
Yeah, right. So he's teaching us throws, and I've got to throw my wife, and she's got to throw me because we're drill partners, and I'm the only one she feels comfortable drilling with. Turns out, if you do the technique right, even a woman can throw a man. Like, it happens. Okay. But in that, you got to take care of each other. You have to take care of your drill partner. And we're doing this thing where it looks like we're trying to hurt each other, but when you tap, I'll let go. Because we're on the same team, and I'm not a jerk trying to just break your arm. Injuries and accidents and things happen, but in that, we're trying to take care of each other, right? So there's that. right? I got to take care of my wife while I'm trying to throw her, or while we're working on this choke, or while we're working on this joint lock. So I got to take care of her there. And then beyond that, I got to take care of her in that room, right? And help her to feel safe. And she doesn't have a reason to not feel safe. She's got people around her who love her, but there's still an element, and I get nervous walking into the room sometimes, and you look around and you go, well, who's here, and who do I feel comfortable rolling with, and who do I think is some spaz that's going to break my arm because he doesn't know what he's doing. And, so as a grown man, I have those things, and then I can only imagine that, she's got those things too. So to answer the question, it has strengthened our relationship because it's a place that I have to go with her and I have to make her feel safe while she's there. And I'm part of that for her, making her feel safe and comfortable in the room. So I say that to say, yeah, it does. That's how it has strengthened our relationship. You need to pause there and then run back through that.
No, I think
Okay, you caught enough of it?
Yeah.
There was a guard dog mishap in the middle of while I was explaining that. But, yeah, that's how it works.
I got you. So, besides the jiu-jitsu, what are some other things you guys are doing that's like a you and Jessica thing? That's how you're bonding, how you're pushing the marriage more.
Well, we got these kids, right?
Nah.
And they...
Yeah, the gremlins.
They've always got to be fed, and they need clothes. And, man, I walked into my living room today after church, and my oldest son, he's 6, is on the couch. Sonic the Hedgehog, got the PlayStation control in his hand. He's going down. Not a stitch of clothes. I'm like, bro, where are your clothes? And he's like looks around me because I was kind of standing in front of the TV, and he's still trying to go after, Dr. Eggman. He's like, oh, they got wet. And I was like, you didn't get more clothes? And he was like, it's Sonic the Hedgehog, But but we've got, we do that. Raising the kids is like either love each other or you hate each other at the end of that, right? Because you got different ideas about how things are supposed to go, stuff like that. But, until recently we were running our store. Ayla was running the store, and we were kind of managing Ayla. So we kind of had that, but we've got our little mini farm thing happening. We're working on building this homestead. So we collaborate on ideas for what to do with our chickens. We got these rabbits that we're raising, like what's going to happen with the rabbits, and can we find sources for, if we're going to butcher these rabbits, can we sell the meat? Can we sell the fur? And so this is a thing that it's not like a business that we're running, but it's a problem that we're solving together. It's a thing that we go through, and it's not jiu-jitsu. The consequences are not quite as high when things go wrong. It's chickens and rabbits, but it's still a puzzle that we solve together, I guess is the answer to that question. Good stuff, right?
Yeah, that kind of solved that one. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like, I know you kind of, we've hinted at it before of you guys just going off riding the ruckuses and taking a trip.
Yeah.
She likes her little half dome helmet.
That scares me to death.
Dude, I got a full face.
Absolutely. That the helmet's not going to save your life, right? But the face, being covered, that'll save your face if you don't die. But, we should do that too. I should make her go do that ride.
Do it.
To somewhere.
Sure we got enough scoop pads
we
around.
Do. There are rucki around, ruckuses. But, to find something to do, to bond over, something difficult. Raising kids, like we're supposed to raise our kids together. Like that's the minimum that we're supposed to do. Right. We're supposed to make sure the bills are paid and the lights stay on and whatever. So like to find something to do outside of that, that's more than the minimum. To us, even the minimum is go to church, right? That's part of the minimum. Like you have to take your family to church, and it's cool that she's 100% on board with that. And that's a thing that we get to do together, as a whole family. We're getting into more things that we're doing as an entire family. So it used to be that we would all go to jiu-jitsu, and the little kids would do the little kids class, and then my wife would take the little kids and they would leave and they would go home. Well, like now, she stays and does the adult class, and our little guys get to hang out with another family who homeschools their kids, who also train with us. So there's like other little homeschool kids there that they get to train with. Now we're socializing them kids, So all you suckers that are out there worried about whether or not our kids are getting socialized, there's a prime example. Number one, they train jiu-jitsu, and then they get to hang out with their buddies after. So kick rocks.
So what I'm hearing is not only beat your wife, but beat your kids.
Beat your kids too, yeah. Strangle my kid. I remember my kids, my oldest son, Joseph, and Ayla, when they first started training 6 years ago, kids get rewards quicker in jiu-jitsu. Like their stripes and belts come faster, because if they don't, they quit, right? Like you just have to keep kids going. So we've been training for a couple of months. They got a couple stripes on their belt, maybe 3 or 4 months in, they got 2 or 3 stripes, and now they're like, hey, Dad, when you get into north-south, you need to try to, I'm like, bro, you live at home with your parents and you can't drive. Like, I'm not taking advice from you because you got 2 stripes. I've been training as long as you have. My coach just doesn't love me as much because I'm not cute. So I didn't get the stripes like you guys did. Doesn't make you an expert. But yeah, you can strangle your kids too, and it's a thing. Bring the whole family in. There's room for them, and your coach will love it. Bring more people in. It works out. Most places have multi-family member discounts and things like that. And I don't know. You can always ask him if you can mop the mats or whatever. There's always something going on there. But yeah, bring the fam. Do it all. It's there's no bad that comes from that, And now, like, I guess the bad is I can't just hug my wife anymore because now she's always fighting me for the underhook, which is just a thing. I don't know. Ayla's been doing that for years now anyway. I've never been able to hug Ayla because as soon as she started wrestling, she'd be like trying to get the underhook on me. No, Dad, it's instinct. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Just give me a hug. But now I try to hug somebody and I get strangled. Is what it is. I just got to keep training, keep going hard, and keep doing things to bond with my wife, with my family. My son participates in Trail Life USA. There's not a place there there is a place. There are women involved, but she can't be involved like I can. She can't tell him what it's like to be a man. I can't tell my daughter what it's like to be a woman. So there are natural divides that are created. But the more things that you can find to do as a unit, as a whole, it's just going to strengthen your bond and your relationship, which is what it's supposed to be. So there's that. But I don't think we'll sit on this one. I'm feeling pretty good these days about these shorter episodes. They're easier to create. They're probably easier for you guys to consume. I hope you are not waiting on me. I'll crank out another 3-hour jam before too long. We'll get some guests back in here. We got I'm going to go ahead and I don't know, what do you call it when you tease this now? We're working on a series it's going to be a few episodes still before it pops up, but we're going to talk about a bunch of different religions and things and shoot holes in them. No, we're gonna give you the honest perspective on them and tell you what they want you to know about them, and help you see what they are and compare and contrast with Christianity and what we believe. So there's that. But that's where we're going to jump off. Most of you guys have probably already bounced by now because I started talking that way a couple seconds ago. Thank you for listening. Each and every one of you, you mean the world to me. God bless you guys. We love you. See you next time.